Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing okay. Guess what? I'm not up in the mountains anymore. I am not amongst the trees. As much as I love trees, I had no sun. And if you count the days from when I left my winter campground, traveled on the road, got up there, I had very little sun for the first day coming through the branches. Then it got cloudy. And basically my batteries just were all drained and there was no way for me to, get solar into them because there was no sun. Sorry. I gotta admit, I'm kind of spoiled living in the desert half the year because I don't think about things like that. Even when it's cloudy, you get sun in the desert. You get enough to run things on your solar. So yeah, I was spoiled. Never dawned on me. I'm up there and I think it was day 4 there. So that was like 5 days without any significant sun. Yeah, my battery's just drained. And I shut the trailer down altogether. Well, there was no way I could get enough power into the trailer to run anything. So I was using Lucy lights at night. And of course I had no heat, as we know. Luckily that one morning I talked to you was the worst morning because it wasn't quite as bad after that. But I was tired of getting up in the morning. I don't run heat at night unless it's really, really cold. But when I get up in the morning, because it gets cold and I like to just run the heater to warm things up. Actually, weirdly, it gets colder after you get up in the morning. Around 5, 6 o'clock is when it's coldest. Anyway, beside the point. Yeah, I just, the sun was a major thing. And then I'm miserable because I have no internet and I can go a few days without that. I'm a grown-up. I can go without it a while. But between that, and I literally had to drive into town every day. Between that and being cold till 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning, and no electricity. And then I woke up Thursday morning about 2:30 in the morning going, okay, my biggest power station, my Jackery 700 or something, runs my refrigerator in my van. It was dead. It was on 0%. My little Jackery 240, which can run nothing at all but, iPads and, charge little things, it was down to 30. So my whole life was depending on my Bluetti, my backup Bluetti 55, which is a piece of crap. I'm sorry. Everybody talks about how wonderful Bluettis are. I must have got a bad one. Anyway, so I'm using it as backup to keep my food cold. And I woke up at 2:30 Thursday morning going, it's not gonna last the whole day. It can't hold a charge to save its life. So 2:30 in the morning, I'm laying in bed, going waiting for the sun to come up. I get up and as soon as the sun came up, I went out there all just bundled up, throwing everything in the van and all the plants, everything. And then I came back in and ate breakfast and took my time after that. I'm back in the desert because, like I said, they can have cloudy days here and you still get sun. Yeah, I've been spoiled. Okay, so I'm down in the desert in New Mexico, though I gotta admit, I halfway considered going back to my winter campground for a month. There was only gonna be like a couple hot days. Next year. We'll save it for next year. I thought, just stay there, go back, stay for a month. No, we're here, let's stay here. So I'm not far from my other campground. My reservation campground is on April 4th. So had I decided, I was at a place called Cherry Creek Campground. Had I decided to go farther into the mountains and try to find some sun, it would have just put me farther and farther away from where I had to go. So with the idea of trying to save money on gas and everything, I decided to come back down here to the desert, to one of my favorite places. So let me just say the Cherry Creek Campground was one of many national forest campgrounds that didn't cost anything. So if you ever want to go up there, they're wonderful. Up in the trees was beautiful, up in the trees. But there's a lot of trees and very little solar. So I would think for if you're just staying overnight or for a day or two, you'd be fine. But I was going in day 5, and that was pretty much my limit. I came down here to the desert. Let's see what we got here. One of the things that really had a lot to do with it was my plants. They weren't getting sun, so they were on day 6, the tomatoes, without any decent sun, and they're at the end, no sun at all. Because when I'm driving, they're in the van. So they're starting to look really sad. The spring vegetables seem to be fine. The cabbages and the lettuce and peas and things like that, they didn't seem to mind too much. But my beautiful tomatoes were just really starting to suffer. In fact, I still have a month of this to go, and I'll be happy if half of my vegetables make it, because it's how bad it is. Because I'm down here now, and sun isn't a problem, but the wind is crazy down here. And I have to leave them out because they haven't had sun in so long, and they're just being beat to death. So I have like 5 tomato plants. I figure 3 will make it. 3 are really tough tomato plants, and I think they'll make it, but I think I'm going to lose the other 2 because they have been suffering big time. Anyway, I don't know, coming down here, I feel so much happier, so much better. I have internet. I don't have a nearby grocery store, you know. That's a 40-minute drive, but that's fine. I'm just going to make one drive there. I don't need to go anywhere. So yeah, I think next Monday or something I'll run into Deming and do what I need to do. But yeah, this is tough. I'm starting to think I'm finding a lot of pleasure in the desert, and that maybe I might be a desert rat. No, that's not something I was expecting. But the weather is really wonderful. So I told you I cut off all my solar to my trailer. Well, it ends up when I get down here that the wires are messed up on it. They've been out in the sun and for 3 years and 2 or 3 years, and yeah, they just need the connectors replaced and stuff like that. Well, I worked on that all this afternoon. It was a big pain. I didn't know what I was doing, but now I do. Okay. And I kept wanting to order stuff from Amazon. I keep thinking, I'm looking in this huge bag I have with all kinds of wires and stuff. I can piece something together that will work, because I need this trailer to function. Because right now there is no power going to it. The solar wasn't going. Even when I got sun, the wiring was messed up. So anywho, I worked on that for hours this afternoon, and I was so happy when it actually worked. So I canceled the Amazon deliveries. I managed to piece things together and learn how to do MC4 connectors and quick release connectors and wire everything. I had been buying, you know, crimpers and stuff specifically for the solar for a while now, and MC4 connectors and some other things, but I never did it, and today I was just forced to do it. Okay. So I just want to say, don't feel sorry for me. Yes, I was in the trees. It was lovely. And in another month from now, sometime in May, I will be back up in the mountains in Eagle Nest with plenty of trees plenty of hiking, in a wonderful environment that I get sun. So don't feel sorry for me. It was a nice little break from the brown desert, but I need sun. So I was going to show you a little bit of where I am right now. This is a campground that has not had a sewer system since I've been on the road, 3 years, and now it's got like 70 campsites, and there are, I counted today, 6 people in them. 6. I can camp anywhere. First year it was very crowded. Last year it was halfway, and this year I'm like, how can I choose? There's so many spots. When I first came down from the mountain, I did plug into electricity for a couple days. It was very hot here, and there was no way. I had to get all my power stations and batteries back up working again, and that takes a while. So I just plugged in, got all my power back up again, and just today I moved over into a non-electric site. So, and I'll be here for 5 more days. So this is actually one of my favorite campgrounds. I wanted you to have a look at it. We are 3 miles from the Mexican border here, and a cute little town right next to us that you can walk to. So enjoy, and I'll see you in just a bit. Okay, so before I leave, I have to share something with you. I come to this particular park every year, and they have what's called a green chili pizza in a little borderland cafe here. I'm just like 3 miles from the border, and this little cafe here on our side has the most wonderful food. And I got, the first year I was here, I got a chili cheeseburger, but I'll probably get one of those before I leave too. But I got what they call the chili, a green chili pizza, and I want to share this with you. Let me show you. Now, if I was back in my old days, this has everything on it that I absolutely adore, and I would order custom-made a pizza like this. But here it is. I know you can't tell by looking at it, but yes, the lighting here is horrible. What you're looking at is a pizza that has sausage, my favorite pizza ingredient, onion, mushroom, ham, and bacon. Oh. And of course the cheese. And what makes it special is the green chili that they put on it. And just because I feel like I'm celebrating at this point, when I got this little tiny pizza, I'll probably get another one before I leave. I went, and something I haven't done in a while, I stopped drinking the beer because I was getting fat. But I got one of my favorite beers, also a Modelo Negra, which is currently one of my favorites. So I'm like in heaven. I'm literally in heaven right now. The weather's fantastic. I got my solar fixed, you know, and I have a nice place to stay until my reservation here next week. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go for now. It's been really great talking to you again. And oh wait, stop everything. I forgot to tell you. I started up my Patreon again. Changed the prices for the people that were paying. Dropped it down, so I think it's like $2 and $4. So the 4 people that were actually still on that, you guys, if you don't go in there and take yourselves off, you will be charged $2, which is better than the $5 that you would have normally been charged. There's no way for me to stop this from happening. I did put a pause on the payment, and hopefully things will, you'll either drop out or something, because I feel bad, but there was no way I could start it up again without the whole money thing happening. But meanwhile, for everybody else, this is free. I want to have some place where I can talk about my garden freely. I know I didn't do too much of it last year, but something where we can go on and be off in just a few minutes, and I don't have to do a whole video. So I have that started back up again, and I also want to say I started the membership thing on YouTube, and that is purely up to you guys whether you want to do that or not. I went ahead and started that too. I said I was basically waiting to, I just did my taxes, and I was basically waiting to see if this whole YouTube thing, at which I'm not getting very much money off of these videos at all, but still, between that and the Patreon and what else did I have? The PayPal and all that stuff. I wanted to make sure it wasn't messing me up on my taxes, because I hate to pay taxes. So that was good. It all worked out. I'm fine. So I went ahead and started these things, because this is work. Whether you know it or not, it's work. And I thought, well, it's about time I start getting paid for it. So there you go. Now I'm going to let you go. I hope you all are doing well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh my God, it's so good. Why do I never have a napkin when I need one? Oh. Bye.